Good morning, everyone. It's October 9th. Got another morning market rundown. If you guys like this type of analysis, it would be doing me a real solid. If you like, subscribe, drop some comments whenever you guys feel free to. It would be much appreciated and very helpful. Thank you guys. So we have this daily time frame. We talked about the year-to-date VWAP high has been a battle between the Bulls and the Bears, just barcoding back and forth in between it. Basically been barcoding now right here since the 19th of September. So perhaps now today, what that brings us to the potential scenarios, and we could see that this 474 has been a pretty vigilant area of resistance. And the more times resistance is tested, the more likely it's failed. But however, what's going to be different this time, right? Defense wins games. So potentially, so we get up to this, get another false breakout, start to get a deeper pullback, be monitoring a false breakout potentially, not a prediction, just scenario. If we get a false breakout and a deeper pullback down to this 570 area. So if we continue to get strength right out the gate, looking to see if we get a confirmed breakout and continue to get higher highs and higher lows above that 574, or if we get a little same thing that's been going on here, these false breakouts, liquidity chase, and then we find ourselves pulling back. And I would be monitoring a pullback to this first if we do break above down into this 572, 571.69, which is this area right here. And that would be the 2-day VWAP on the opening hours. So potentially pull back to the 2-day VWAP, bounce, maybe we break through, or maybe we get a bounce to that daily VWAP and start to decline a little bit deeper. And we'll be monitoring just a little bit lower into this 569, 568 area. Right, we could see this band of support here has been acting. So, like I said, on the daily time frame, barcoding. So, if we same situation, if we don't get the strength out the gate and we continue to get some selling pressure, be monitoring the same situation down to this 569, 568 for maybe a potential bounce. Back into 572. Look for 2-day VWAP to reclaim and then potentially break and push us for a new all-time high. What I mean by 2-day VWAP is at that point in time, right, this would flush out, act as support, probably start to decline a little bit here. 2-day VWAP. And we start to break above it, start to reclaim it, and we would get some confirmation of that 2-day VWAP right there. So if we do get the bounce of 569 and we rally back up to this 572, start to break and reject that 2-day VWAP, would just be monitoring for a potential break of that 568, 567, and down into this 563 level we've talked about in our previous videos. So that's the scenario on the SPY. Is we'll break it even to a smaller time frame to monitor it. So just looking to see if we get continued strength into a new all-time high, and if it's a liquidity chase or if it's confirmed. We won't know till after the fact. Or if we get continued profit taking, looking for a pullback down into this 569, 568. So potentially we could just start setting a higher low in this area fill this VP at 570, and maybe that could fuel us for the push up for new all-time high, or that could be where the trap is set, and we monitor 572, a break of 570 for further decline into 568 to potentially this anchor VWAP down here from the previous low of September 6th. The Qs, same battle going on here, just not with the year-to-date VWAP. The Bears and Bulls have been battling. Slight barcode up in this area. Kind of see just barcoding slightly. So that'll take us to the intermediate time frame here, and Qs have been showing, SMH been showing a little bit more strength, and perhaps that we get a little pullback down into 487, the first key level, 2-day VWAP area, and potential further decline down to Monday's VWAP in this 485 area. Okay, potentially would like to see this hold. We could see 5-day moving average, this previous VWAP from the high, from acting as resistance, could then potentially act as support in this area. So potentially act as support, get a bounce here, reclaim our 487 area, and that could be a launch pad to push us up to 492, 496. If we do decline, get a bounce to this 484, this could be a potential trap for a bounce back into this 487, and that could be potentially further selling pressure. And that's when we would start to see this area that was potentially acting as support, potentially act as resistance again, and then maybe all the demand is taken out of this 580 level, and we'll see a further decline down to this same, which is down to 475, the VWAP from September 6th low. So these are how I'm looking at price for today. We could go into a smaller time frame here as well, and just so we could get a look. So here's about the past 5 trading days. So potentially this area could act as support, which would be a pullback down to this 2-day VWAP, hold this area and go, or pull back to the 2-day VWAP, bounce a little bit, get a further decline, and then look for the strength to get back above, or the trap at this previous level of resistance. We break it, get trapped back underneath it, and see some further profit taking, or failure to swing low for launch pad, and given that upside direction and for a higher price target. Have a good day.